Welcome to Denver, Colorado football fans. A great look at Empower Field here at Mile High Stadium. Today, a pair of rivals from the AFC West between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. Trey Tucker to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's first and 10.
Blue check. Yellow 43. 10 cycle. Set.
First carry here for Ashton Genty. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, you can't do it better than that.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go. 45. White.
Genty on the draw. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7.
Let's go now. Black, 95. 22 needle. Ready.
Back to Genty. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
60 red. Hut, hut.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Gets him on the out route. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10 from the 41.
Shot. 17. Ready. Set.
Coming left is Genty. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brandon Jones up for the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Down. Ready.
Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter. He has room past the 25. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal.
Here we go.
They motion a receiver left. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. He has the touchdown.
Touchdown, Raiders.
The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nick starting with the pass. He finds Ingram working downfield here. And he can't get there, but what a gain. Down to the goal line, he's pushed out just a couple yards short. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. And with that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Going power with the big tight end. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3.
Went into their bag of tricks just a little bit there. The surprise handoff, not enough to get the touchdown. But I'll tell you what, I'm kind of excited to see the next wrinkle off that one because I don't think that was just a one-off.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. There's the fake. Here's Nix. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. He's at midfield.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Green Jack. Ready. Hut.
Throwing now off play action. That's completed right side. And he won't be able to add anything else onto the end of this catch, so it's going to be a completion to the 25. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Let's go. 10 black. Ready.
He'll throw it. It's a screen play to Genty. He's got it in the red zone. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Here's Genty. And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the 1st and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. He's in this time. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Touchdown.
The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Broncos nothing.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Lanes didn't open for him. He is stopped shy of the 15.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
On my set. Ready.
They run it. Here's Rmb Harvey. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
On my set. Stand here. Ready.
Harvey once more. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
A gain of 3 yards.
It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Our score, 14-0. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds after the big gain, now down inside the 15. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Give up the middle to Harvey. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
On my set. Ready. Captain.
Shotgun snap to Nix. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete to number 14, Cortland Sutton. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
The Raiders go a nickel on this 3rd down.
On my set. Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Getting out to his left. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Bo Nix touchdown.
Kate, We know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains and the processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. And he just put on a show.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14. Broncos 7. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Dylan Laube on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10.
Here we go. 10 cycles. Ready.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. He fires one deep down the middle. That's caught at the 25. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders take a 13-point lead.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders double their lead to 14.
21. Broncos 7.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10.
Oh, I said.
First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Second down, give to Harvey. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
First down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Offense set for a first and 10.
Joe. Oh, I said.
To throw, here's Nix. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Rookie out of Washington making that tackle.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Oh, I said.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. They're on him behind the line, and the give to the receiver doesn't work.
You see that sweep blown up before it gets to the outside, you know defensively, tremendous anticipation, but even more, better execution.
And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. Third down coming up.
Oh, I said. Ready.
Nix from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
On fourth down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. Back deep for the Raiders, Trey Tucker. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And this is looking fantastic. Wow, bounces just yards shy of the goal line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 4. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. 50, green. Set.
Throwing it to start this drive. Finds his running back, Dylan Laube. And the stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Fight, six. Ready.
Shotgun handoff to Laube. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
Set.
Throwing from the gun. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Down. Set. Cut.
Shotgun give here to Genty. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. It's the Raiders who have 1st and 10.
Let's go. Set. Set.
Another give here to Genty. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Trey Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Ready. Ready. Close check. Ready.
This is Genty on 2nd. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's simply a foot race to the outside that he's used to winning. Seen him get beat there and forced to take it out of bounds near the line? Well, that's just a tremendous effort and tremendous speed by that defense.
Seventh play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3.
Set. Hut. Red. Shovel. 38. 6. Mega. Ready.
Back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. And that brings up 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. It's Harvey straight ahead. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second.
Here's Nix. Got a man. It's Marvin Mims. And he stopped cold at the spots. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
First down.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first.
18-yard line.
They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's Nix to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Nix now to throw. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Once more, it's Nix. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. Nix is hit. He lost that football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
There are so many fundamental details to play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you got to have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
They've got first down from the 31.
Ready. Black. Ready.
Throwing now, following the turnover. Setting up the running back screen. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Let's go now.
Setting up a throw. Throwing left side, Bowers has it. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Black down.
Look into the air here. That's complete. Here's Thornton. Touchdown! The Raiders get more points to end a lopsided first half.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Chooses to bring this one out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Nix with it on first. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. Now the Broncos take their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
For a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37.
Captain. Hold on a second. Ready. Away.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Puts some power on a deep one left. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Raiders get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Oh boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Looking to throw. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Broncos do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nix off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up 2nd down and 21. Another try following the sack. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
One thing you learn about NFL halftimes, Kate, is they're a lot quicker than the college game. You got to make your adjustments in a hurry, and boy, has this defense. Back-to-back sacks, setting up what could be a very quick 3 and out, and an early boost in the second half.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Now Nix. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Gets this clean at the 30. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Oh, put some heat on this. He's got it inside the 25. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Giving this to Harvey. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the 38. Finds him over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jordan Fuller comes up with it. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Kate, I know you've listened to me over the years praise and compliment offenses to just not go away from success. If you're running it well, keep running it. If you're throwing it, keep throwing it. Don't go away from it. Well, this defense, they're not going away from the pressure. And you see the dividends it's paid this time all the way for 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. Not much on that. Should have kept it in the end zone. Tackle's made it the 15-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Nick's looking to throw. Complete out to the right. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap to Nix. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 18. That's a
first down. Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on second down.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Trying again, following the sack. Mims with the grab. After making a catch, he is decked quickly at the 38.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Darian Porter. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, well, this is teaching tape for not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15.
Marvin Mims on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Back to the air, Nix after the pick. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Darian Porter. Now, you gotta imagine, partner, there are a lot of folks shaking their heads at seeing that. He has battled interceptions all season, and here, well, he's now been picked off on back-to-back drives.
Yeah, shaking their heads because on this drive and throughout the season, the adjustments just haven't been there. The picks just keep coming week after week after week, and this time, back-to-back series.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10.
Check White. Set.
Giving this to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 50, green.
And off to Genty. And his fight good enough to gain about 4. It's 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Ready.
Pass play coming here. Headed out right. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Carlson's kick is good. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. He puts some juice on it deep. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Darian Porter. And the Raiders take over on his 5th interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Okay, ready?
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Blue, fight, 60. Set.
Throwing it to start this drive. Jump off caught by his back. And he'll manage what he can up to the 48. Bruce Sanders that time on the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Raiders ball, and this one looks like it may already be out of reach. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Down. Hut.
Genty from the gun. Well, that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bag when you could defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Let's go now. Slide blue. 52 blue. Hut, hut.
They'll throw it. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line.
At their own 5-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Harvey. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That run right there, that kind of feels like your missed opportunity defensively. Got him backed up, and you played it well enough to contain the run, but you didn't play it well enough to damage the run.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Bombers. Almost set. Ready. Captain.
There's the fake. Here's Nix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Almost set. Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. That's caught for the first. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
3 yards. That's good. Broncos, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10. It's Harvey. Saw the lane, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. From the 39. Who finds his back? Harvey. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Hey, we're going.
Offense in the hurry up here.
Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Nix. This is Sutton working the right side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Working quickly here.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 8. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll go play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23.
Let's go. Red 38. Black swap. Say.
They give left side to Genty. Inside the 45. Ashton Genty. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead.
Kate, you saw me chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen. And they just get to celebrate. They love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here's Mims. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
1st down, ball at the 36. No run. This is Harvey. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Nix from the gun. He throws a bullet to the center of the... They connect on the deep shot. And he will get it down to the 16-yard line.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
First down from the red zone. Now set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They'll run here. It's Harvey. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
It's a loss of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Another for Harvey. And this time he's in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos putting up points in a game decided.
Touchdown, Broncos.
That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just 1 play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that 1st down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos cut into the lead by another point. Following the play, we see trainers headed out towards an injured player, and it's Evan Ingram, the one in question. He's in some distress. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Yellow, 43. Up, yellow, Lonnie. Set.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Raiders approaching win number 7 on the year. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Set, ready. Hut.
From the 41. We've got a screen to the running back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Ready,
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
ready, ready. Set, hut.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Handoff here for Miller. That's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Throwing here, Nix. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.